All right, welcome back to the show, Parlay Bros. We're back for episode 2. We literally doubled our content.
We did not get canceled.
No, we're here. We
are here.
I'm Sean Androff.
I'm Kevin Markham.
Oz Yildirim.
Omar Palacios. Ryan Androff.
And we are the Parlay Bros. Welcome back to the pod. Oh, man, football is back. And what a crazy college football
So
week.
excited.
Crazy football week last week, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about college football last week. There was a lot of stuff that went down. First off, what did you guys think about the Notre Dame game?
The catch in the end zone was amazing.
It's a great game.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That one-handed catch? Yeah, it was crazy. Although
Oh, that catch was, I think, one of the best catch I've seen since the OBJ.
in the rain, too.
Literally.
In the rain.
That was
Yeah,
crazy.
in the rain, right before halftime. That was amazing.
And I didn't even think he was going to, I thought that ball was lost.
And that completely changed the outcome of the game. I mean,
know.
had they not scored that touchdown, I think Notre Dame would have had a better shot.
Yeah, and Irish fans don't panic. I have a theory. I think Marcus Freeman was thinking, I want to put C.J. Carr, their redshirt freshman, in a boiler situation on the road, Miami. If they win, great. If they lose, it's okay because now they have a true quarterback.
Yep.
So I kind of get the theory of why they did that. They could have, because I kept thinking while I was watching it, why don't they just run more?
Yeah.
But that's because they wanted to throw this kid in, and they have a quarterback. So.
Yep.
Other game, Texas, Ohio State, thoughts?
Yeah, it's crazy when you think of the last name Manning. Think of the pressure he's had his whole life. I'm sure in flag football he even had pressure. And then your very first start, you're playing against the national championships in their house.
Yeah, in their house.
That's crazy.
That was a wild game.
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine too. USF. I mean, whoa! Is Boise State terrible or the Bulls? Which was which?
I am telling you, the USF head coach this year is the best decision they made. And then he's a family. He's the big brother for every single players there. I was at their volleyball game the other day. He was there watching the game. He's so involved with the thing, and I really love it. I think USF has a good chance this year.
Plus, they always
get ranked.
They always say the third year of a coach is when you actually have all the players you've been recruiting.
Yeah.
All of your coordinators understand the program, and so this is gonna be a big year for them. A very tough test this weekend going to Florida.
Yeah,
I still think they're gonna cover. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
I will say,
about it later.
Kev, let me know what you think. I thought eyeball check though, Byron Brown, that guy's got wheels, man. He was cooking. They just look good.
Yeah, they definitely surprised. I gotta say, it was it was a good game.
Yeah.
That was a great
Really
game.
good.
And that's one of those games where people always say follow the money. When you look at the line started at 10, got all the way down to 4.5.
Yeah.
And so if you were to
That's the
follow the
thing.
money on that, you would have been profitable because not only did they cover as underdog, they actually won the game outright.
100%.
Yeah, no doubt. Last one before we get into some college picks. UNC, Bill Belichick. I was like hype train UNC Tar Heels. That did not go well.
It started off well.
It
Started off
did.
great.
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Well, it's funny because they're showing you Michael Jordan, they're showing all the guys, and you're like, "Whoa, this is a real thing." And then it turned quickly.
I was scared. I had some money on TCU, but after that first play, I was like, "Oh my God, should I cash it out?" No, I don't know. I think we should give them a couple more weeks.
Yeah,
definitely.
But anyway, so all right, let's talk a little bit about this coming week with college games. We'll go around the horn real quick before we get into NFL. First game we want to talk about is Iowa State is hosting Iowa. The Cyclones are a 3.5-point favorite. What do you guys think about this game?
Well, I love the fact that Iowa State is ranked, and so when you think of the fact that they're a top 25 team, and it's only
17,
costing you 3.5
16
points, I really feel like Iowa State's the play there.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I like the 3.5 with Iowa State. They've got Rocco, their quarterback, who's from Tampa. That guy's a stud. That one looks pretty good. We like Iowa State. Next game up is SMU is hosting the Baylor Bears, and SMU is ranked 17. They're in a 2.5-point favorite.
Don't know if any of you guys watched that Baylor game last week. Baylor did not play well.
The bad news Bears.
The bad news Bears.
I looked at this line 4 times. I'm like, how is SMU at home less than a field goal favorite?
Are they losing a player or
I'm
something?
like, did they get corona?
Look, yeah.
They are not. Okay,
Their quarterback,
He's the money right there.
Kevin Jennings, is an absolute monster, and SMU has this All-American preseason safety. So I like SMU on that one.
Yep.
I think we all do. This one was a little bit, we talked about earlier before the podcast, Texas is getting 36.5 points. They're hosting San Jose State, which isn't great, but that's a lot of points.
It is.
It is a lot of points, but I really think the Texas is going to rally behind Manning, and I think they really want to show that he is the guy, and they're going to really kind of put it on him. And I think they're going to continue to. One of the things I've actually visited Texas, all around their thing, they say all gas, no brakes, and so you can tell that they're going to definitely want to run it up.
Slang it. I like it. The one play idea on that is, I thought this was interesting. The over/under on that game is 52.5. It seems
They could
very
score
low.
by
I think
themselves.
Texas could do that themselves.
Yep, I agree.
So if you don't like the 36.5, you could just do the over. That's something I might do. Okay, wrapping up a couple more plays. Colorado. They had that tough loss to Georgia Tech last week. It came down to the wire. They are playing Delaware. I don't even know what the team name is. Delaware Ducks, something like that. So Colorado's a 24.5 point favorite. It's in Boulder. I like the Buffs.
Yeah, for me, one thing I like to do is I like to play teams that got a little bit embarrassed the first
Yeah.
week because they always seem to bounce back. Coaches really rile up the team, and so I feel that
he's gonna bump it back. Like he wants to get that hype back from last year.
definitely.
Yeah, this one's a little bit. Oh, sorry.
And as I was saying, a lot of times too, like in any kind of football, like it's once you get burned by a team, you feel like you want to stay away, but that might be the time to hit it back again, get your money back
100%.
out where you
Yeah.
lost the first time and
Yeah.
recover. So.
I'm with you. Clemson Tigers are hosting Troy. They're 31.5 point favorite. I know Clemson's. That was my pick last week. I still have. That's my team. I got a big bet on the national championship. I think they come back fired up. I mean, I think they're going to come out guns blaring. So
Yeah, and the one thing great about the bet we made is we made them to win the ACC. Losing to LSU hurts, obviously, but they're not in the ACC, so that doesn't affect their ACC record.
Does not.
And so when you think about making division bets in college, it really matters a lot who you play because the non-conference games, which LSU was, don't hurt you as much as obviously the games in your own conference.
good point. Yes. All right, Oregon. The Ducks are at home, 28.5 point favorite against Oklahoma State University. Also, the over/under 55.5, which I kind of thought Oregon could get there by themselves. And Oklahoma State puts up points, so one idea is to go the over on that one.
Yeah, I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
definitely.
All right, last couple picks before we get into the NFL. USF is going to Gainesville, and they are playing the Gators, and they're getting 18.5 points.
I think this might be one of Oz's
Oh,
top
I will
plays.
be at the game next week. I really think that UF is a great team. They are ranked where they are supposed to be, but I think USF is going to keep it. Like 2 years ago, I think we were at the game together.
We were.
Like we were like
That was a game.
as a UF fan, I was kind of scared. You
Yeah.
know, all those
Came all the way down the
last
fourth
minute,
quarter.
like
Yeah.
a couple like things. I think USF are gonna do the same thing. Like they will be there. They will fight. They will fight till the end. They're not gonna give up. I think they're gonna lose, but they're not gonna drop like a 17, 18 points
Yeah, no.
to lose. I think it'll be like a 10, 12 point range game.
Yep.
And I will definitely take USF to cover on that bet.
Yeah, a lot of times when you have in-state rivalries, especially kind of UF is the big brother, if you will,
Yeah.
to USF, they really get up for those games. They know a lot of the same kids they played in high school with. They really want
Teammates.
to
And
exactly.
they already did the 1 and 2, so this is the last time they're gonna meet for a long time.
Yeah.
So this is the last time they're gonna show up. They're gonna
Yeah.
be on the prime TV and everything. All the players know they're
Yeah.
gonna be watched. They are playing the number 13 team,
Yeah.
and I think they're gonna show up.
I kind of feel like there's a chip on your shoulder factor too, because it's
Oh, yeah.
in-state. So some of those kids that dreamed of being a Gator, they
Yep.
didn't get to get a scholarship.
Yep,
They're
yep.
playing for
They
the
grew up
Bulls.
as a Gator,
They're like, see
probably.
what I can do. Also, when you have a mobile quarterback like Byron Brown, that guy has looked
It
just
changes-
so
it's a game
fast.
changer.
I mean, you think about it, Boise State, they beat them handedly. And they were a college football playoff team. Now I know
Yeah.
they're Gentry's gone in the NFL, but they had a great defense.
Yep.
So we're all in on USF covering, not necessarily winning.
Yep.
Last couple picks. UNC is going to Charlotte to play the 49ers. UNC is a 13.5 favorite. I don't know what you thought about this one.
I
Ozan.
just don't like about UNC, but I think they're gonna do it. They need to show up. You know, they have one of the best coach in the history. You know,
Yep.
like he's not gonna give up any of the players if they're gonna lose it
Yeah.
or even a close game. So I think the cover is on that one for the UNC is a good bet.
I'll say if anyone watched anything about Bill Belichick, you know he's going to ride those
Oh,
guys
yeah.
hard this week.
Yes.
And he's going to get the best out of that team this week.
I can't imagine practices are real fun.
Oh, no.
I like the Tar Heels to cover. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll win by 17 or 21.
Yeah.
This one was kind of an interesting one. Of all the games, I kind of felt like the Michigan-Oklahoma is one of the best matchups. It's like 15 versus 14 or 13. They're right there. Michigan is a 3.5 point underdog. The over/under is 45.5. So they're the odds makers are looking at a defensive struggle, but it's in Oklahoma. I didn't have a play on this one. I didn't know what you guys thought about this one.
Yeah, it's too close to call.
It's like, I just personally, I might just watch the game and not bet on it.
Enjoy it. Yep.
Bad meat.
Bad meat.
Bad meat.
It's
Bad meat. Yeah.
It's 2 days past the overdue
Yeah.
date. I'm staying away. Last game, USC is hosting Georgia Southern. Apparently, they field the college football team. I was not aware of this. Georgia Southern. I feel like the Trojans go bonkers on this one. Beat them by 50. Go Trojans. That's my take on it.
A lot of points this week, but I like them all. I really think early in the season, the better teams usually kind of roll, and so I expect them to roll.
Yeah, and I lied. There's a
And
couple.
those two colleges are very close to each other too, so they have a lot of kind of inside
Yeah.
rivalry go too. So
Definitely.
So Alabama is hosting Louisiana Monroe, and they are a 36.5 point favorite. That's a lot of points. So what do you guys think?
Alabama looked terrible last week.
They did look
They looked really terrible, so I will not be putting any money on Alabama.
That's what's so fun about this time of the year. It's like
Yeah.
we're only 1 week in, and you're
Yeah.
like, is this team just awful?
Yeah.
Or like, what happened? So,
Yeah.
all right. The last game is San Diego State, which is a 1.5 point underdog against Washington on the road. I'm gonna go with the Aztecs to cover. You guys have any thoughts on San Diego State before
So
we
they're
get to the NFL?
underdogs?
Yeah, they're a plus 1.5
Plus 1.5.
on the road. Washington State Cougars.
I was going to pass that, but if you like it, you like it.
I like San Diego State to cover. I think they win that game.
All right.
All right, guys, that's our college picks. Can't wait to watch all the games this weekend. Ryan's
Yeah.
going to kick us off with some NFL.
Yep, definitely. And so one thing we're going to do is every one of us is going to give our top 3 picks. So you're going to have 15 actionable opportunities after this podcast. My first pick is Pittsburgh Steelers, I think, over the New York Jets. This is a revenge game. The line's 2.5. I really think Aaron Rodgers is really going to get up for this. One thing you've noticed about Aaron Rodgers over his years, when he is motivated and excited to play, he really comes to bring it. And obviously, as the way the Jets kind of tossed him aside, I really think we're going to see that. Also, when you look at the rosters, Pittsburgh has got a much better roster than the New York Jets.
Yeah.
And so I feel very, very comfortable that being my largest favorite play of the week. What do you guys think about that game?
I love it. I mean, for me, it's the Aaron Rodgers revenge game. So I mean, he's got a lot to, he got cut, and it wasn't something he called for. So I think we'll see a lot of Pittsburgh scoring. So
Yeah, what's actually interesting about that is, as everyone knows, Fields was actually Pittsburgh's quarterback, and he is now with the
yeah,
Jets.
they swapped.
They literally
swapped.
swapped.
Yeah.
And
It's
so-
like wife swap.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
That's going to be a fun game to watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
The other game that I'm really eyeing up is Baltimore. And so when I look at Baltimore versus Buffalo, Baltimore's a 1 point favorite. I really look at the rosters between the two, and I just think Baltimore wins in every position. I really do. I love Baltimore's running backs. I love Baltimore's defense. I know Buffalo is going to be great this year, but I don't think Josh Allen can do it all by himself. When I look at the receiving core there, I really think Baltimore is going to roll as a 1 point. It's only a point, so I feel very good about that.
Yep. I'm with you
And I
there.
feel like that's going to be a lot of like a high scoring game too. Like,
Yeah.
in my opinion, like I don't think the defense is going to be there, but I think they're going to put the show.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The offense is going to put the show
And
up there. They're not
it's
gonna give
prime
up.
time, late game, and so
Exactly.
everyone's going to be up for it, so it should be a lot of
The
fun.
first week of the football,
Yes.
now like you need to get that going. So
And then the last play for me is Cincinnati. The reason I love Cincinnati so much is, as I mentioned on our first podcast, if you watched, this is the first year Joe Burrow and Chase all played in the preseason. And they are so aware of the narrative that they start out slow. And they're so aware of they're always losing those first couple games.
Yeah.
I really feel that the team is going to really come to play. Plus, I think Cleveland, it could be one of the worst teams in the NFL. I think it's going to be, I think between the Saints, the Giants, and Cleveland, those are the kind of the bottom feeders, if you will.
They're fighting for pick 1.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
but
exactly.
they picked the worst one. Like
if the Browns need anything, it's another quarterback.
I mean, they picked this year 3 or 4.
Yeah, exactly. So So those are my three. Well, those are my three plays. I feel very confident in all of them. As you can always do, if you want to parlay them, you could always do that as well. I always recommend that. And so
I mean, we are the parlay.
we are the parlay bros.
Yeah.
Nah,
So,
you're
I
gonna
mean,
parlay like a three-game
yeah,
parlay.
and as we mentioned last week too, we really think 3 games is kind of where you want to go.
Yeah.
Once you get past 3 games, it starts to become very, very difficult. I do know the multipliers get pretty high once you get past that, so it's very intriguing. But if you truly want to be profitable, you really want to stick to 3-game parlays.
Yeah, and I would recommend to pick the flex bets. If you go 4,
Yeah.
at least you get your money back on the, like if the 3 of them is gonna hit out of 4, you get your money back. So
Yeah.
there's no risk back.
Yeah.
So you can consider if you wanna hit the 4 play, you sure it is, but you don't wanna lose it, pick the flex bet, get your money back if the 3 out of the 4 bets.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that.
I like it. I'm only laughing because there's a rumor that I have a $10 bet with 17 games that pays out 180 grand.
And it's still alive.
If I'm in a full talks next episode, it hit.
Yeah.
So, all right, Omar, what do you got?
I like 3 picks, but my thing is like I'm really big into props. So 3 of the props I liked a lot was the first was let's go with our survivor pick, Arizona, James Conner running back over rushing yards. I think the Saints do not have a good rush defense. They didn't have one last season. I doubt it'll change this season. What do you guys think about the James Conner rush prop?
I love
what are
the
the
guy.
yards at right now?
So I wrote it down there. It's having a hard time loading here. So what do you have for the yards?
Oh, that's a good. You wrote it down here.
I did. It's on there.
Enough to carry it.
You know
Yeah,
what?
and
It
then-
doesn't matter. He's gonna hit it.
I like that. And I really like that guy. I like his story, beating the cancer, going for the
Yes.
Pittsburgh,
Oh, yeah.
coming back
Yep.
like a strong at the Cardinals. I think he's gonna show up. Like
Yeah.
he will be great.
I mean, the only thing, and I love that play, but like Arizona always gets hurt towards the season. But I think at the beginning of the season, you have a healthy James Conner, healthy Kyler Murray. I think it's just going to be like a healthy start, like we talked about. So I definitely would take advantage of the run against the Saints.
Is that
Yep.
a home game?
So the Saints, they're playing in New Orleans. So it's in the dome. It's a neutral turf in a way. So yeah, I definitely like that one. The other one I like too was Joshua Downs over in receiving yards. Michael Pittman's, just getting a little bit older. I think Joshua Downs kind of steps into more of the number 1 role of the receiver in the slot, and then they're playing against Miami.
Yep.
So I definitely like that. And the last one, not to be another homer pick, but of course Abuka. I like the over on receiving. It's
I do.
55.5 is the yards on Abuka.
Yeah.
I think without Godwin, I think they announced Kate Otten might not be playing as well. I think that we're gonna have to be slinging the ball a lot. So I think that's another.
Yeah, I
one.
totally agree with that one, especially with Godwin not playing. I think that really pushes him into the
100%.
starting lineup. And once you're in the
Yep.
starting lineup, as we all saw last year, Baker loves to sling the ball. So I think that's
100%.
definitely a great pick.
I think he could in the first half.
Yeah.
I think he could have a big first half.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of times we were watching a lot of Buccaneers games last year, and we actually hit a lot of our bets early because they're passing it so much.
Absolutely.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank
Do
you.
you have another one or it's
No,
all the three?
those are the 3 I like, and I like the odds on them. So I mean, those are just what the lines were now. But I think that's going to one of those that you can parlay them and just have fun with them because they just kind of target them more the weaker. And that's all the 1 o'clock prop. So if it doesn't hit,
nice.
just get back in.
That's what I do too.
did
Like
it,
that's
you know?
Start
great.
early, you got more chances.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what was Bucky? Was it Bucky? How many catches or touchdowns? Yeah, I think you were talking about maybe that idea.
Receptions, I think is what they talk about. You guys talking about
I was
rushing?
talking
The
about
touchdown.
receptions. That's one of my picks is the receptions.
Okay.
But I know you wanted the anytime
Yeah,
touchdown.
I am definitely do the Bucky Irving anytime touchdown. I think it's at minus 155, but it's a good one. And I'm like really good with you with Egbukam. I think he's gonna get targeted a lot.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna get a lot of targets for 20, 30 yards. Right there on the corner, he'll grab the ball. I go with 5.5. Over 5.5. I know the line is over 4.5.
Yep.
Over 5.5 is plus 140, which is great to
Juice it
like
up.
just make him do the job up until the red zone. Have the Bucky do the touchdown. That's gonna be maybe like a first quarter hit, literally with him like a receiving like a 5 times and then go for it. And then my last bet is definitely USF.
Yep.
I definitely think that they will cover it. It's like a 17.5 is they not gonna give up. Those boys are gonna go there,
Totally agree
fight.
with that.
Tight.
They're
Totally agree
gonna
with that.
they're gonna blood. They're gonna put their sweat on it. I'm telling you, they're gonna lose, but they're not gonna lose by over 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Maybe a 1 touchdown,
Yeah.
the last minute touchdown, or like a couple interception happens, or the field goal. I see like a 7-8 point game, but not 18 point game.
I love that. I also love what Oz brought up there too is alternate lines.
Yeah, true.
A lot of times when you look at a bet, you're like, this is negative 200. I don't love it.
Yeah.
You just change a little bit, and you can make an alternate line. So,
100%.
instead of 4.5 receptions, 5.5 changes from a negative to a positive.
Yeah.
You can really start to make a lot of money there. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll do half a unit on one and half a unit on the other. So that way you are covered to hit your original bet, and then if you kind of get a little bonus bet if you're able to hit that. And so always think about using your unit. You can always kind of break that up and to get more of a laddered effect, as they call it.
100%.
Kev, before we go to yours, I have a question for the panel here. Do you guys ever do a group of money line sort of sure thing bets as a way to like capture some winnings? So like for example,
100%.
if you're like, now I know sometimes that you can't even do the money line because it's so crazy, or it's like minus 2,500. But if there's like a 10-point swing and you're like, I don't really know if they'll cover 10, but the money line's like minus 500, minus 450. Do you guys ever parlay like 5 of those together?
I like that, but I think that gets too scary. Like they're having like a 6-7 games. I know it's like they do like a like easy odds and everything, but something happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything could happen.
Look
you
at
know?
Florida State, Alabama. You could have been like,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't think Bama's going to win, no doubt.
Yeah,
But I don't know
yeah,
if they'll win by 28.5. I'll just take
Yep.
Bama to win, and then they lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we talked about actually just earlier today. So for example, like Eagles or the Broncos, 8-point favorites. So what we like to do is kind of tease some of those games and bring them down to within a field goal. So for example,
nice.
we're doing the Eagles -8, so tease it down to -2.
Yeah.
Parlay that with Denver -2, and then we did Arizona, which is a survivor pick, and then that puts you at just they have to win.
I like the tease too. Like you give up some like a
You have a little
game,
juice,
but
a little juice.
you lose a lot of risk out there, and I like that.
yeah,
I like the
completely
tease.
agree.
Put like a don't go over. Like I think they go from 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
something
you go,
like that.
you go 6, 7, 8 up to 10. I think.
Yeah,
right?
it depends. Like the pick the middle one. That's not don't go too high. Like don't lose all the money, but it's always a good hit.
That's what's so fun about all this is you can just kind of like sprinkle a little of this. It's like you're baking a cake. It's like you sprinkle a bit of that in, make it your own thing.
And like as I mentioned before, if you start to get kind of crazy, just change your unit size. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if you want to do your 10-game parlay, don't do a full unit on that.
Just throw $5 on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then this other thing, like you can do 5-game parlay and pick the alternative lines.
Yes.
Like because if you believe in some players, they're gonna show up. They're gonna do one more receptions, or they're gonna do 10 more yards. And then it's easier for him to hit like like 5 players hit 70 yards, or 1 player they hit from 70 to 80.
Yeah.
You're
Totally
betting like 10 yards more for pretty much the same bets.
Yeah.
For 3-game parlays. So,
Absolutely love that. Yeah.
So that's a good one to look. Like definitely those alternative lines are great way to look.
Kev, what you got? What are your 3?
Okay, so I gotta talk kind of loud because I don't have a microphone on.
You're good, man.
Oh, I got you, brother. Here you go.
Hey, okay, there we go. So, all right. So I wanted to talk about the Cincinnati bet as well. The line moved to -4.5 points. So, I'm all in on that. -6, I was still in on.
Yep.
But -4.5 is much better. I feel like they're gonna take the game. They're going to run away with it, at least by a touchdown.
Yep.
And, that's how that's going to go.
So the Cincinnati game is funny. I was listening to earlier today some of the football stuff, but they say that what's his name has a Garrett, the big defensive guy. He has like an injury. He's kind of like
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett?
Yes, Miles
Yeah.
Garrett.
Oh, he's not playing?
He might not be. So I'm not saying, or he's hurt. So that's just saying like that kind of moves the line a little bit either way.
Oh,
So
that does.
I like
Huge.
Cincinnati.
I mean, Cincinnati doesn't have a great defense anyway.
Yeah.
So they have to put up points.
Oh, 100%.
Exactly.
100%.
So I just feel like they're going to take it.
Yep.
And then my other one is Green Bay at -2. I think they're riding high right now. They're really enjoying their Micah Parsons pickup.
Yep.
And I know they paid him a lot of money, but they paid him for a reason.
Yep.
100%.
They're hoping it makes them a Super Bowl contender.
Completely agree. And it's interesting to see how much he'll play this first game. So I don't know if you saw or not, but he may have to do an injection in his back to get him healthy enough to play.
I did hear that.
I have a
Yeah.
feeling he's going to want to do that.
absolutely.
Just to show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To show
I'm
out.
definitely gonna take some
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
So, and then my last pick is actually going to be a parlay, and this is where I'm taking, the the less payout to try and parlay it just to get a little bit more, you know?
Yep.
So I'm throwing Christian McCaffrey in there with an anytime touchdown. I feel like that's a lock.
Always.
It's,
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah, it's minus 185 on the juice.
Yep.
I feel like it's going to come.
Minus 185 on parlay is one of the best bets out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Make
great.
it good.
I think
yeah.
you put a McCaffrey on any parlay you're doing. Just
Yeah,
that's a great
just throw it in there.
I'm a huge McCaffrey fan this season. I drafted him in 2 leagues. I doubled down on McCaffrey this season. I think he's going to do
Let's
it.
hope he's
yeah.
gonna do a couple more snaps than last
Yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It'll
yeah.
be you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hope he's gonna last till the end zone. Like
Oh, yeah.
we really hope so. Like a lot of people lost their fantasy football
Oh, yeah.
last year because of him
100%,
and
yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
Keep that shot
I
ready.
just
Yeah.
wish him to be like healthy this year.
Yes. My 3 are on the college side. I like Oregon over 55.5. Go Ducks. I like the Trojans running house, covering the 28.5, and I like USF keeping it close in Gainesville. I think they lose by a touchdown or 3, but that one's going to be a tight one too. So
That's great, but I do want.
can't believe you skipped my
I was
other
saying,
parlay
I do
picks.
want to
What are
finish
you
it. I do want to
doing?
finish his parlay pick.
It's alright.
you did like 9.
No.
The game's about to start. Come on.
Cue the credits.
Yeah.
So my second pick there is going to be for Evan Ingram to get over 3.5 receptions. It's at minus 165.
Yep.
I feel like he's going to be a huge part of that Broncos offense.
Yep.
And
control
looking
of it.
forward to him also being on one of my fantasy teams, but you know,
Yep. I love
that's
it.
just an extra. And then I really like the Bucky Irving over 2.5 receptions.
Oh,
It's easy.
okay.
Totally easy.
He's
2.5?
at over 2.5 at minus
It's
170.
so low. It's so
right?
easy.
You know,
So the
Baker
thing
loves
is-
those little like passes on the sideways.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like
Exactly.
for
Little
him to
screen
run
pass,
it, like
And
free money.
It's
Free money.
Baker's.
And Bucky's a pass catcher.
Yeah,
he is.
I love
He
it.
He
really
runs
is.
it.
I love
and,
it.
and
He's
with
got it,
Godwin
like,
out,
you get
you
it.
know, he's gonna do it.
That's really good.
I met Bucky at a golf pro-am thing, and he is stocky. He's just awesome. I'm like,
He's a
damn.
big guy.
Yeah, he's
definitely
short,
a
but
nice-
he's like,
Yeah.
So
So on a final note with that, with those 3 parlays, minus 185, minus 165, minus 170, that does bring it up to plus 290.
That's amazing.
That's a good one.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So
I like it.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's a good place to be.
yeah.
All right,
I
now
like
I'm
it.
done.
All right.
Now I'm done.
Would you want like 2 more,
USA.
Kevin? All right, guys, that's going to do it for episode 2. You guys have fun, make some money out there, enjoy your betting, enjoy the football. We'll catch you next week.
Did you do your picks?
I did. I just did all mine.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. All right.
All right. Well, it's been nice.
See you.
See y'all later.
Thank you guys.
Bye.